Hello everyone, welcome to the third edition of Introduction to Modern Application Development. I'm going to give you guys a quick introduction to the course and the instructors, and at the end of this video, we're going to do something really exciting too. Why should you take this course? The key thing that we hope you'll take away from this course is that you'll understand how applications today work, how web applications, how mobile applications, how IoT applications, how all of these applications work, how they're built. But it's not just about applications today. The underlying technology on which applications are built, the kind of technologies the applications use, are changing so rapidly that unless we understand the fundamentals, we won't understand how the applications that are built in the future will work, right? So one of the key aims of this course and one of the key things that you will take away from this course are the fundamentals that are underlying all kinds of applications that are built. We'll also use these fundamentals and this theoretical understanding to actually build an app, because you can't have a course on application development without doing any development. And so throughout this course, you'll have a series of practical exercises, and all you need to do those, and all you need for doing those practical exercises is a browser. At the end of this course, you should be able to use this theory and practice to get a job or an internship where you can actually practice these skills that you've learned, and you can move to the next level where you can actually contribute to an application being developed. But the thing I'm most excited about in this course is that some of you, apart from just becoming good professionals, will actually build applications that you want to build. You will see problems around you, and you will solve those problems. You will build applications just for fun because the people that you know would like to use that application. Going on to create those kinds of applications with this as your first step would be the greatest success story of this course. I'm going to talk a little bit about what happens if you don't take this course, right? And I know I don't want to, and I don't want to scare you or make this sound too deliberate, right? But take a step back and look at any kind of business in the world, right? Whether it's a startup or whether it's a traditional company. All businesses are moving towards adopting more and more IT, right? They're using and they're building more and more applications, whether they're web applications or mobile applications or applications that run on devices, applications that run on sensors. They're building these devices internally, they're building it for their consumers. How will you as a professional contribute in this new environment, and how will you speak the right language without understanding how these applications are built? If you don't speak the right language to the developers, if you're not able to speak the right language as a project manager, if you're not able to speak the right language even as somebody who's working in sales and marketing to understand this technology, you will not be able to contribute as well as you could have in this new world around you, right? So learning these new skills and spending a little bit of time in understanding how these things work is one of the most important things in the next few years and perhaps the decade to come. This course, like any other course, involves a little bit of effort from your side, and I recommend that you go through the entire course, right? The course will start off on a very simple note. It will gradually increase the complexity that you have. We've tried to keep these videos as short as possible so that you can watch it in your free time. You'll need to dedicate maybe an hour or two at the end of the week to do some practical exercises and to complete your assignments. Right? Please, 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 like Gaurav said, do follow all the programming exercises and actually try to write some code. It's very simple to write and you will make some mistakes, but you'll get through it really easily. I'll talk a little bit about the instructors behind the course. I am Tanmai Gopal. I am an alumnus from IIT Madras, and I'm the co-founder and I head engineering at a startup called Hasura. The other instructor for this course is Dr. Gaurav Rana. He's a faculty at IIT Madras, and he was in fact my professor when I was a student at IIT. He taught me and he still teaches networks at IIT. One of the things that I'd like to share with you is what our motivation behind creating this course was, right? What we've noticed, and I'm sure you've noticed as well, is that web and application development is something that almost everybody picks up online, right? There's no actual course for it. So somehow its study has not been made systematic. Somehow, although it's been around now for nearly 20 years, it's still not made its way into our curriculum in a very standard way. And there are a few good reasons why this is the case. The first reason is that the underlying technology is changing very, very rapidly. And you would have noticed a change in terminology also. Things used to be called web technologies, which then became web development, which has now become app development. And they're all actually the same thing. But the terminology has continuously changed, right? And this makes it hard for classrooms to keep up. The other reason, apart from the fact that the space changes so quickly, is that application development, or the process of application development and the technology of application development, spans multiple complex disciplines of computer science, right? It involves software engineering because you're writing a fair amount of code. It involves databases, it involves networks, it involves concurrent and distributed systems, it involves cryptography. And and when so many things come together, it again becomes hard to create a structured course that talks about application development. We've set out to solve these two problems, right? We've set out to create a course that is topical in content, that makes sure that you're learning the latest stuff. We've tried to bring together these various different topics under one umbrella so that you don't get overwhelmed, even though you learn little bits of all of these systems. One of the questions that students ask us quite often is, what kind of student can take this course, or what are your kind of career goals, or what kind of career opportunities open up if you can take this course. It's interesting, but both kinds of people can take this course. People who are programming today and who want to become developers in the future, and even people who are not programmers or are not active programmers and who don't perhaps want to become developers in the future, right? For both these categories of people, I think this course is very, very valuable, right? So for example, if you're going to become a developer in the future and a professional developer, it's important that you take the first step and start off with some practical experience. If you are not going to be a developer, it's still very important that you have the first step in understanding how applications work, and so that you can contribute within the part of a larger technology team as effectively as possible. This course is structured as a 5 to 8 week course. It has about 2.5 hours of videos per week, and there'll be one multiple choice question assignment per week. We'll also have practical exercises throughout the 5 weeks. These are not graded practical exercises, so you don't have to do these practical exercises to take the exam towards the end and to get your certification. But like both Gaurav and I have said, please do the practical exercises, without which you will not really understand what is going on. I'll take you over a quick outline of the course. We'll be starting off with a web application and building it out. We'll then be getting into databases, followed by authentication, followed by security and performance, and then towards the end, we'll be looking at mobile apps, both Android and iOS. A few important things as you're getting prepared for starting the course is that all important announcements will be communicated via email announcements, so make sure you're checking your email often so that you know what is happening. All discussions between students, TAs, and professors will be conducted on the forum, which is discourse.imad.hasura.io. Please make sure that you check it out, that you log in. And for the practical assignments, you'll be using only your browser. Please use the Google Chrome browser. If you can, please use the latest version of the browser. The experience on other browsers might not be perfect. Alright, so to get started, what we're going to do is that we're actually going to deploy and build out a small site in the next 5 minutes, right? So follow this video and follow these steps, and you'll have a profile site within the next 2 minutes. So first, head to imad.hasura.io, log in with your Google account. Make sure that you log in with the same account that you used for signing up with NPTEL. So I'm going to use my Tanmai@hasura.io account. As soon as you log in, you'll notice a section that's come up called My Profile. In the future, there'll be more sections that come up on this console for your database exercises, for your networking exercises, and for your application building exercises, right? So I'm going to click on Edit Profile, right? And you'll notice that a box comes up with a little bit of code in it. This code is HTML code. So for those of you who are new to code, do not worry about this at all. Here we're just going to be editing a few lines of text, right, to create our site. And I just want to show you guys that code is nothing to be afraid of, right? So don't try to understand what is happening. Don't try to understand what is happening too much just yet, right? Our aim right now is to just quickly get a website out so that we can feel the power of rapidly building something and then deploying that out, right? So that you get a feel for what application development is like, right? So what we'll quickly do is we'll edit some of the text here and then we'll deploy this application and we'll have our site live. So let me quickly edit the code. I'm going to change the title of the page to Tanmai's IMAD profile. I'm going to have a small image here, right? So I'm quickly going to go to Twitter and I'm going to take my profile photo. I'm going to right click, open this image in a new tab. I'm going to select this link, right? So copy that link and I'm going to replace this link here. With that link, right? I'm going to change this name to Tanmai Gopal, co-founder at Hasura, and I'm in Bangalore, right? I'm going to change the About Me section. I'm going to add a quick educational background section here. Okay, so I'm going to leave these sections empty. A cool thing that I've done, I'm going to fill this section up. I'm going to, I watched 3 movies in a row last Friday night. Yes, I did that. It was a spectacular waste of time, but it felt amazing. And cool, so I have this. I'm going to click on deploy, right? And then I'm going to go to this link, right? So each one of you, as you sign into this portal, you will all get your individual domain names, right? And I'm going to click on this. And cool, that's my little profile site that's live, right? So you can see that my images come up here. I've changed my text here, right? Now you can keep going back here and you can keep editing this and you can have your profile live. And that's your first application built in less than a minute, right? So this, what we've done is we've written some HTML code, right? And we'll understand over the next few weeks about how this actually happened, right? How did we get a domain name? How does HTML work? How did this process of going live actually happen, right? This is what we learned in the next few weeks, and I'm looking forward to interacting with you guys over the forum and looking at things that you guys build, right? Please create your profiles as soon as you can. Share them on social media, share them with your friends. And when you guys introduce yourselves on the forums, don't introduce yourselves by writing out something. Introduce yourselves by posting a link to your profile. All right, guys, exciting times ahead. I'll see you guys on Discourse.